Hey, does anybody want to join?
Got a name?
Trump.
That fits.
I bring you a message. A message of great importance. Without my help and knowledge, every one of you will be dead.
Sheriff, how long are you going to put up with this?
What do you mean?
How long are you going to let this con man walk around town?
Be careful, son. I can sue you.
How about it, Sheriff? When are you going to put the lid on?
What for?
Well, stealing is stealing, whether you do it with a gun or a mouthful of mealy words.
I don't intend to sit here and be insulted, Sheriff. If your people don't want my help, I can go elsewhere.
Wait a minute, Mr. Trump. You don't talk for the rest of us.
Since the sheriff wouldn't stop Trump, Hobie had to find somebody who would. Sheriff Chet Farrow was the gun law in Talpa, and Judge Clement was the book law.
You hear about Trump?
Yes, sir. What are you going to do about him?
What do you want me to do?
Stop him
From what?
from taking the town.
Can you prove that that's what he has in mind?
Well, it's obvious.
But can you prove it? In order to arrest him, the sheriff has to have a charge. And Trump hasn't given him a thing to go on.
Well, there's got to be some way to stop him.
Well, if there is, I don't know it. It's a funny thing.
Sir?
When we were kids, we were all afraid of the dark. And we grew up, and we weren't afraid anymore, but it's funny how a big lie can make us all kids again.
Hobie had checked the town. The people were ready to believe. Like sheep, they ran toward the slaughterhouse. And waiting for them was the high priest of fraud.
I am the only one. Just me. I can build a wall around your homes that nothing will penetrate.
What do we do? How do we save ourselves?
You ask, how do you build that wall? You ask, and I'm here to tell you.
You're a liar, Trump. Aren't you going to stay for the fireworks?
I've done all I can for Talpa.
Figure it's time for me to be moving on. Well, I think you ought to wait.
That's where you and I disagree.
You're under arrest, Trump.
What charge?
Well, you write it any way you like. Grand theft, fraud, I think a jury will find it's stealing.
16 years ago, The Simpsons eerily predicted Donald Trump would be president.
As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump.
The episode, which aired in 2000, shows a grown-up Lisa Simpson taking over at the White House in the aftermath of a Trump presidency.
We're broke. The country is broke? How can that be?
Let's hope a Trump administration does better than that.
Vince McMahon doesn't get me a sandwich. I have no food. I have nothing to drink. I have our former Miss USA here, Tara, and she's got nothing. I mean, she's sitting here like a lump. It's ridiculous what's going on.
McDonald had a farm.
Hold on a second.
E-I-E-I-O. I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you.
You wouldn't believe this.
With everything that you've learned over the past 30 years with the advancements of technology, how different would Back to the Future look if you began filming today?
Oh, that's an interesting question. It would probably look quite a bit different. I would have to say, though, that it may not be as charming. You know, there's a certain charm to the way that movie was made with the tools that we had at the time.
I mean, it was ahead of its time at the time, so I can't even imagine what it would look like in 2016.
Well, you know, I'm going to tell you something interesting about Back to the Future is that, you know, everyone thinks it's this big special effects science fiction movie, but there's only 30 shots in it.
Wow.
It's a very, very complicated science fiction story, but there's only 30 special effects shots, and most of them are lightning.
And who would have thought that with Back to the Future 2, you essentially predicted the situation we're in right now with Biff and Donald Trump.
You know, we didn't have, no. We never were audacious enough to think that even Biff would run for president. We didn't even go, no one would have believed it. We couldn't have put that in the movie.
And yet here we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Biff Tannen Museum. Dedicated to Hill Valley's #1 citizen and America's greatest living folk hero, the one and only Biff Tannen. Of course, we've all heard the legend, but who is the man? Inside, you will learn how Biff Tannen became one of the richest and most powerful men in America. Learn the amazing history of the Tannen family, starting with his great-grandfather, Buford Mad Dog Tannen, fastest gun in the West. See Biff's humble beginnings and how a trip to the racetrack on his 21st birthday made him a millionaire overnight. Share in the excitement of a fabulous winning streak that earned him the nickname, the luckiest man on Earth. Learn how Biff parlayed that lucky winning streak into the vast empire called Biffco. Discover how in 1979 Biff successfully lobbied to legalize gambling and turned Hill Valley's dilapidated courthouse into a beautiful casino hotel.
I just want to say one thing. God bless America.
Meet the women who shared in his passion as he searched for true love. And relive Biff's happiest moment, as in 1973 he realized his lifelong romantic dream by marrying his high school sweetheart, Lorraine Baines McFly.
Third time's a charm.
So what do you think of my Trump Home mattress collection by Serta? Finally, the same luxury and comfort I demand in my hotels.
Oh, they'll never count sheep again.
Listen, why don't you come work for me?
What do you have in mind?
Something you were born to do.
Welcome to Room 9.
Looking good, number 9. Looking good.
BuzzFeed dug up an old quote from Donald Trump talking about a large-scale terror attack 19 months before 9/11. In his 2000 book, The America We Deserve, Trump wrote, "I really am convinced we're in danger of the sort of terrorist attacks that will make the bombing of the 1993 Trade Center look like little kids playing with firecrackers." Trump also mentioned the mastermind of the attack, writing, quote, "One day, we're told that a shadowy figure with no fixed address named Osama bin Laden is public enemy number one, and U.S. jet fighters lay waste to his camp in Afghanistan. He escapes back under some rock, and a few news cycles later, it's on to a new enemy and a new crisis." Trump.
Wait.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
Is this really Trump before 9/11? Have you read this?
It's 2000 in his book.
Are we making this? Did you make this up, Mika?
Nick.
I did.
Did you make this up?
Nick,
exactly.
tell us it's over, right? Because
Will
you're
you
wrong
stop?
about everything.
Mika, stop. God.
I don't think it's over.
What's that? What's the rage here? Will you stop
No,
picking
it's
on
cute.
him?
I think it's cute.
Well,
go for it.
No, really quickly, though. I mean, so, Willie, that was...
2000.
In a book he wrote in the year 2000. Yeah.
Well, it was published in 2000. He could have written in 1999 for all we know.
Exactly. He might have been a bit more prescient.
So he basically predicted the attacks from Osama bin Laden.
Listen, if you're going to get me, you know what I want you to get? I want you to get me some food. I want you to get it now. I'm hungry. Got a lot of people out there. I'm going on soon. Get me some food, okay?
I'm the boogeyman, and I'm coming to get you. Sandwiches.
Boy, what a place this is. What a total mess. I'll see you later. Who the hell are you? Man.
All right, so pretty hilarious. But yeah, so you saw that old like 1950s show where the bad guy in the episode was this dude named Trump, who was coming in and trying to con the community into building a wall around their town to protect them. But as far as all this predictive programming regarding Donald Trump becoming president, and also these associations between that and building a wall, it's crazy. And there's a lot of examples of this that you guys have probably seen yourselves. If you have never seen this, what I'm about to show, there was a magazine back in the day called Heavy Metal Magazine. Maybe it still exists. And I used to actually get this. I used to like comic books and graphic novels and stuff. And that was the theme of what this magazine was about. But it was really pornographic and violent. And really, it was a super inappropriate and satanic magazine, actually. But back in the day, I liked it. And I got issues of it retrospectively, like, way after this magazine was popular. So anyways, I had this very issue that I'm about to show you right here. It was published in the year 1990. Okay. Of course, Donald Trump didn't become president until 2016. And you're about to see what the theme and plot line of this story is about. And it's going to blow your mind because it's yet another story in the form of a graphic novel, again, from the 1990 issue, I think May or June issue of Heavy Metal. And it's all about Trump becoming president in the future and building a big wall around America and rallying up support, you know, among patriots and even giving them hats to wear to show their support with him. Only in the end to, you know, for the country to become like a prison that nobody could escape from because they were walled in. Pretty.
I said to him, so I think we need the wall. How important is the wall? To the Border Patrol people. They said, Mr. Trump, it's absolutely vital. And actually, the one man said something that was interesting. He said, it's an absolutely important tool, maybe our most important tool to stop what's going on, Mr. Trump. So I felt good when he said that because I don't want to be wasting a lot of time, folks. And you know what? If I didn't think it was going to work, I could turn that off in 2 seconds, and I think people would understand. But when I ask the people that know more about the border than anybody, how important is the wall, and they tell me it is absolutely vital, and in the other words, it's a vital tool, it's an important tool, it's maybe the most important tool that they can think of, we're going to build the wall. We have no choice. We have no choice. Build that wall. 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 Build that wall.
But the people who want big fences and guns, sure, we could secure the borders. A barbed wire fence with machine guns, that would do the trick. I don't believe that's what America is all about. I just really don't. We can enforce our law. If we had a healthy economy, this wouldn't be such a bad deal. People are worrying about jobs. But every time you think about this toughness on the border and ID cards and real IDs, think that it's a penalty against the American people, too. I think this fence business is designed and may well be used against us and keep us in. In economic turmoil, the people want to leave with their capital, and there's capital controls and there's people control. So every time you think of a fence keeping all those bad people out, think about those fences maybe being used against us, keeping us in.
The people were ready to believe. Like sheep, they ran toward the slaughterhouse. And waiting for them was the high priest of fraud.
I am the only one. Just me. I can build a wall around your homes that nothing will penetrate.
What do we do? How do we save ourselves?
You ask, how do you build that wall? You ask, and I'm here to tell you.
In his book, Propaganda, he said it was the duty of marketing people to lead an otherwise unleadable, irrational, free people to making a consensus or a decision that was a responsible decision. And so we had a marketing philosophy that was inherently about manipulating and motivating a public.
In times like these, most men become highly suggestible. They listen eagerly for any voice which sounds authoritative. They listen eagerly for anyone who can tell them what is wrong and what to do to right it.
Please subscribe to Fallen World Films while you still can.